Spooky.
Yo.
And we back
Yes, sir.
with another reaction video. We got Toni Kroos, if I'm saying it right. Another legend on the screen, bro. But my man, Raymar Football. How Toni went from reject to a generational legend.
Yes, sir.
Now, in our last video, Mookie, when we reacted to Toni, we wanted some more information on him. Of course, we but of course we didn't find like a documentary on this guy, but we've been finding little videos here and there. So somebody sent this to us, so I think this is recently, like 2 weeks ago. So if y'all new to the channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Yes, sir.
Mookie,
Yeah.
Let's see what your boy got to say, bro.
We all look at Toni Kroos today and think of him as an absolute legend of the game. A World Cup winner, 6 Champions League trophies, dozens of domestic titles, and multiple...
He with Real Madrid, a cheating club. Of course he got 6 championships.
We don't cheat, we just pick wise.
Cheating club.
Pick wise.
Winner, 6 Champions League trophies, dozens of domestic titles, and multiple individual awards under his name. In fact, there has only been one footballer in history to win a World Cup title and at least 5 Champions League trophies, and it's, of course, him. But there was a time when Toni Kroos, even for as quality as he was at a young age, was absolutely disrespected and underappreciated. It's almost insane to think that a youngster with the footballing intelligence and skill he had would get that sort of treatment. Because just as he was becoming a rising star, he simply asked Bayern for a slight increase in his wages. But he wasn't just told no. They told him, we won't pay you because you're not a world-class player.
Wow.
But unfortunately, the lack of recognition was something he was all too familiar with in his days playing in Germany. Because at age 17, although his athleticism and pace were far from impressive, his composure, passing ability, vision, and overall intelligence of the game were far beyond his years. Even in the 2007 Under-17 World Cup, the teenage Toni Kroos was awarded the Golden Ball as the tournament's best player. Interestingly, even scoring the 3rd most goals and winning the bronze shoe. But despite doing all that, when it came to a list ranking the best wonder kids of 2007, he would be ranked 27th.
Wow, I didn't know they do this though. That's dope though, ain't it? And they got like the clubs they play for, like the junior clubs on here.
I'm looking at number 1.
You feel me?
3.
Alright, look, Bale was 6.
Was 6.
Sergio, you feel me? Angel. Oh, yo, this crazy. This like,
That's a big list.
just
right
look
here,
up.
bro.
This. It's like looking at all the high school recruits in basketball. How Melo and LeBron came out.
Facts. Yeah.
You feel me? We ain't know y'all do this, bro. This actually dope, yo. Wonder kids.
Coming in behind names like Fabio Coentrao, Angel Di Maria, Alexander Pato, and Giovanni Dos Santos.
Oh, yeah.
Back then, and I guess it's kind of true today, it's a world where speed and skills often steal the spotlight. And in that aspect, I guess Kroos didn't stand out all too much, but he possessed something far more important, a genius footballing mind. And you think at least Germany would have given him more recognition. But even at the club level, as the 17 years and 265-day-old Kroos made his debut for Bayern Munich in the UEFA Cup, the youngster would assist Miroslav Klose for a game-tying goal in stoppage time. Then the very next moment, he even scores a game-winning free kick. Just incredible for the German prodigy. But instead of showing him his flowers, former Bayern general manager and chairman had this to say instead.
Wie bitte? Wissen Sie, wer heute Matchwinner war? Lucio. Ja? Okay. Der war der beste Mann am Platz. Weltklasse. 1 mit Sternchen hat er heute gespielt und nicht der Toni Kroos. Lassen Sie den schön mal runden. Das ist nicht gut, wenn er die Jungen so hoch jubelt.
Das zweite Zwei.
Ja, okay, den Freistoß werden wir 2 auch noch schaffen, oder?
But the disrespect
Hating on my man Toni. Yeah, man.
would only continue further. Despite already showing ability and composure of a true prodigy, Bayern would decide not to develop him further on their own, and instead sent him away on loan to Bayer Leverkusen. Then when it came to the 2009 Under-21 European Championship, despite the fact that Kroos was the Golden Ball winner in the Under-17s, and even played amazingly in the qualifiers, for some reason German manager Horst Hrubesch would leave the 19-year-old out of the squad. But regardless of the constant rejection, Kroos would continue to put his head down and gain experience. And when Jupp Heynckes would take over as Leverkusen manager, he would immediately recognize the talent that Kroos had and decided to give the 19-year-old a starting position and a chance to prove himself. And although he looked much less exciting than other German wonder kids like Mesut Ozil and Marco Reus, who were already getting a lot of playing time in their respective clubs, Kroos and his playmaking was lethal, even going on to score 5 goals and providing 4 assists in a span of 5 matches, winning the Player of the Month award in December and January. When his loan to Leverkusen came to an end, Kroos wanted to go back to Bayern and prove that he had what it took to start for the historic German Giants. Jupp Heynckes would soon join Bayern as their new manager, and naturally he would name Kroos as a regular starter. Not due to favoritism or anything, but solely based on his ability. Because Kroos was the perfect embodiment of a sniper on the pitch. Because as you know, a sniper doesn't need to move much. He just needs to set his mark and hit the target. And when it came to passing, Kroos knew how to zip the ball through the pitch with speed, precision, and yet somehow know the perfect amount of weight to hit the ball to get it where he wants it to go. Plus his ability to understand and read his teammates' movement is just so underrated. He knows how and when to send them the perfect pass every time. But his nickname as a sniper didn't only apply to his passes, because when it came to shooting, he had
I never knew his nicknames was the Sniper.
Yeah, that's something.
Tony really liked that, yo.
TK, too cool. You feel what I'm saying?
And he had to develop his game, Mookie.
Yeah, definitely.
People was playing with him, bro.
And that's the best part of when you gotta come up from this. You prove your worth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You prove your worth in such a way that it is undeniable. You feel what I'm saying?
And I feel like,
you know what I'm saying? Men lie, women lie, but the numbers don't lie.
nah,
bro.
facts.
You feel what I'm saying?
And I feel like football, bro, it's a hard sport.
It's
bro.
a hard sport.
And
It's a hard
it's
sport
so
to
many,
get some shine. You
bro.
feel what
It's
I'm
so
saying?
many people playing football. I know basketball is crazy.
Yo, but just look at it like this, bro. You got 5 NBAs out there.
Right.
You got 5 leagues and all of them top tier.
Right.
You got La Liga. You got the Premier League.
Yeah.
Bro, you got what other leagues you got out there? You got La Liga, the Premier League,
Champions League, but that's a
that's
tournament
a
for.
you got the German league. That's just in German.
Yeah.
Then you got the French league.
Yeah.
Like, bro, it's a lot,
Bro, bro, these be top tier players.
Top tier players.
And it be
and it's easy for some of these top tier players just to get overlooked because there's just so many.
you gotta really like.
You gotta shine, bro.
Yeah, the competition level is ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
a mix of both ferocity and a carefully placed aim, and his shot had range. And it was always a sight to watch him play those balls. But like a sniper, Kroos wasn't just spamming them all game, just to try to force a play. He chose his figurative shots wisely. He took his time and built a play and possession. While he wasn't the best dribbler or particularly quick, Toni Kroos, even at a young age, was so hard to press, simply due to the fact that he was always aware of his opposition and teammates' position, having an incredible understanding of the spacing on the pitch and knowing where to move the ball. But perhaps that's why in Germany, Kroos was seen as a very boring player. He's famously known in Germany as Kehrpass Toni, which literally means side passer Tony, or in English, side pass merchant Tony. And while it is true he does do a lot of that, yeah, sometimes it might be boring, but it's all necessary to find an opening for that perfect sniper-like shot that breaks through the opposition. Because Kroos never had to use insane close control dribbling like Iniesta, Xavi, and David Silva, or use a lot of long balls in the air like Xabi Alonso. Nor is he like a hybrid mix of what I mentioned, like Kevin De Bruyne is. He simply zips the ball through the ground with a single sniper-esque pass, and that did all the damage. And in Bayern, together with Bastian Schweinsteiger playing a bit more defensively, winning the ball back and helping maintain possession, plus Thomas Müller always going out to find space as an outlet, Kroos was able to dictate Bayern's tempo and waited for the perfect moments to break the opposition's formation with his passes. In his first season as a full starter playing 51 matches for Bayern, at just 22 years old, his presence on the midfield providing 7 goals and 19 assists, despite how young he was a huge factor in helping Bayern make it all the way to the Champions League final, where unfortunately they would lose to Chelsea in penalty shootouts. But things were looking good for Kroos, as Jupp Heynckes would decide to give him an even more crucial role, playing upmost in a 3-man midfield, and tasked to fully orchestrate the attack. That season, Bayern were looking absolutely unstoppable. But unfortunately, in the Champions League quarterfinal against Juventus, Kroos would receive the worst injury of his relatively healthy career, which would put him out for the remainder of the season. And with the last few weeks of the season coming to a close, Bayern would eventually go on to win every possible title and achieve their iconic 2012-2013 treble. And although he was injured towards the end of the season, he was still without a doubt one of the most important players on the squad. But yet he still didn't get much appreciation. In fact, he was taken for granted by most fans, and even Bayern's management themselves. But this was nothing new. Just because they had some great players like Robben, Ribéry, Müller, Schweinsteiger, Philipp Lahm, and more, they failed to see the true importance of their sniper. What would only make it worse was not only would they fail to give him recognition, they would completely disrespect and reject his value to the club. Bayern would sign Mario Götze and give him all the attention, almost seemingly as to say as if he was a replacement for Toni Kroos. Heck, they basically might as well have said that Götze was more valuable and just overall better than Toni Kroos, because when Kroos went into contract negotiation talks with Bayern CEO Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, he would try asking for a wage increase, seeing as he was aware of how much the club were paying guys like Mario Götze over him. Because Kroos, for all his quality, was only being paid 6 million euros a year, and asking to bring it closer to around 10 million a year. Which, to give you some context, is about the same that Manchester United is paying Antony. Heck, a player like Kroos should be getting paid a figure closer to like what KDB is making today, at around 20 million pounds a year. But instead of giving him even close to the number he was asking,
You know what KDP is? They say KDP or KDB?
I think he said KDP.
I thought he said K. If he said KDB, that's Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin De Bruyne. If he said that.
for, never mind the number that he was actually worth. Bayern CEO would offer no more than 6.5 million euros a year, telling him to his face, "We won't pay you more because you're not a world-class player." Now that is truly crazy. And well, Bayern CEO couldn't have been more wrong. Because in the 2014 World Cup, Kroos, at just 24 years old, was one of the most important players on their squad, starting every single match, scoring 2 goals, providing 4 assists, and even being named the man of the match in their iconic beatdown of Brazil. Ironically, the Brazilians even nicknamed him Garçom, or waiter in Portuguese, for delivering the most passes to strikers on a platter, if you will. But even when Germany would lift the World Cup trophy, the player who was still least appreciated by German fans was Toni Kroos. There was so much praise for players like Müller, Schweinsteiger, Ozil, and many more, and rightfully so. But in the Castrol Performance Index, the official statistical analyzer of the World Cup, Kroos had the highest rating of all players in the tournament, with a 9.79 out of 10. That is insane. But yet still, his country never really gave him much praise. And it was after this that Kroos decided enough was enough. And thus he would leave Bayern in Germany to sign with Real Madrid. But of course, the response by the majority of people in Germany was rather negative. And German Real Madrid fans even claim that in Germany, no one really gives him the credit he deserves for being one of the best and most successful German footballers in history. And it still comes to a shock to me why he's never even really been liked by fans on the national team as well. But at the same time, it does make perfect sense, seeing as he was basically disrespected and underappreciated during his entire time in Germany. And now, well, the rest is history, really. In Madrid, he received all the recognition he deserved, both financially and in terms of respect. And it would pay off massively, giving him his flowers as one of the best midfielders.
Real Madrid knew what they was doing.
Of course, man.
Watch it.
We find diamonds in the rough, baby. If they ain't treating you right, come on over here, baby. We got a nice warm seat for you. F German. No, I ain't gonna say that.
You're stupid.
I ain't gonna say that, bro.
Of the last decade, and certainly one of the best passers of all time. While his goals and assists might not be anything insane, his metrics in playmaking and passing are absolutely mind-blowing. Toni Kroos is the only player to have a 90% pass accuracy for 10 straight seasons. And what's more crazy is that in those 10 seasons, except for one, his accuracy has basically been increasing every single year. And I know there are haters out there that'll say, well, he's just a side passing merchant after all. But still, you can't deny that Toni Kroos is definitely one of the best passers the game had ever seen. And what better way to end his career by saying
they gave him
goodbye
a
while he's
crown.
still at the absolute top of football. And since 2010, I have to put him up there as one of the best midfielders to ever step onto the pitch. Right alongside guys like Iniesta, Xavi, Modric,
Iniesta.
David Silva, Xabi Alonso, and Kevin De Bruyne. And while you
Kevin.
might think I am missing out on quite a few names, these are a class of truly top-level midfielders who performed at a world-class level for the majority of their careers, going down forever as a true midfield legend.
That was dope.
Of course it was.
That was dope. Great video, Raymond. He developed one of the most important skills that he had to develop, Mookie.
Absolutely.
And that's becoming one of the smartest players on the field.
A lot of them guys don't get the credit they deserve because they're not the ones scoring the goals or they're not
Right.
the one doing this and doing that.
But the team won't be a team without this person.
they are so important, bro.
Facts, yo. Just like defenders
Yeah.
and goalies.
Yeah, they are so important. They might not get the shine up front, but they definitely gonna get it on the back end especially from us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
When
they
you
are
really
so
pay
important,
attention,
bro.
people that really understand sports understand stuff like
You know,
this.
the role
bro.
players are probably the most important guys on the court. You feel what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
help the superstars shine.
Nah, for real.
Yeah.
It's like giving them a lift up.
Yeah, bro. You
fact.
can't do it without us.
Nah, that's a fact. Yeah, you always been a role player, bum. But yeah, though, yo. Look, man, this was an incredible video by Raymond. Anything else you guys say before we get out of here? Mookie? The
man,
Euro,
appreciate it.
hold on, my bad. The Euro 2024 is here, and the Copa
America, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the
I think I
that's the
seen that at
US
the gym today. They had a game today.
That's the USA.
Yeah.
USA is not in the Euro 2024.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
for
That's
European.
for European.
And Argentina not in that either.
Right.
But they is in the Copa America.
Okay.
But my question is, why do they got those running at the same time?
I don't know.
Yeah, y'all let us know in the comment section. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Anything else you gotta say before we get out of here, Mookie?
Hey, man, we appreciate y'all stopping by. Come on by again.
Facts. I'm Nick Dawson.
That movie done.
Back. We out, baby. 1.